Hey everybody, it's Thursday. Welcome to Refuel, our Accelerate 1 Week series on obeying God. We've been talking about obeying God immediately, completely, and joyfully is today's theme. I'm going to put a verse up. This is so good. Psalm 119:33 says this, God, just tell me what to do and I will do it. As long as I live, I will wholeheartedly obey. Most people would never hook obedience and joy together. Somehow, every Hollywood movie makes it look like if you're disobedient, you'll enjoy. Ask an alcoholic, how much joy is your drinking? Ask a drug addict, how much joy do you get? Ask anybody that's been multiple divorces, how much joy does paying all that alimony give you? Somehow, the end result of obedience is joy. The end result of disobedience ends up being misery. Okay? Now, why does obeying God bring joy? Because it doesn't really sound like it. Well, let me give you three. Number one, if you obey God, you'll have way fewer problems. Most people end up creating the mess they're living in. When you obey God, it'll stop you from a lot of heartbreak down the road. Second reason is this. I know when I obey God, I'll be rewarded in heaven. Everybody someday is going to spend eternity in one location or another. Okay? And I actually believe this. Nobody is really happy until they know their future is secure. For example, if you knew tomorrow something bad was coming, you'd have a miserable day today. If you're a Christian, you know no matter how tough life gets, you're going to love your next billion years. Obedience to God brings joy because you know you have a secure future forever. Why would anybody settle for less than that? And the ultimate reason really is this, and it is enjoyable. Why does it bring joy? It brings joy because when you love somebody, you like serving them. You like making them happy. And if you love God, it brings you joy to bring joy to the heart of God. I'll give you a great example. My daughter, Christy, just sent me this. She is in Kenya. Some of you know that she's in Kenya working in an orphanage for special needs kids who generally in Kenya are outcast kids. Very challenging. She's there for 6 weeks. I can't wait to get her home. But she texted this to us. Hey, yesterday was definitely one of the better days since I've been here. We ended up not going to town yesterday because we couldn't get Willie, a little kid who's got brain problems there, a doctor to give us an MRI note, but we're going today. We'll be leaving in a little bit for that. I really don't like her traveling, and I really didn't like what I heard next. She said this, but Haley and I walked to Shimo, the slum, with one of the kids here as our translator. I'm going, my daughter is in Kenya walking around in slums with another girl her age, and her only bodyguard is a kid from there who's a translator. And then she says, but listen to the rest of this. We went to a couple of families we know there and asked if they needed anything from the store and if we could pray with them. So we are going to get them some mattresses because they sleep on wood. Unbelievable. And then she said, and then we're going to get them some shoes and some food. I'm really excited to do that because it's a tangible difference I'm making. Here's a great verse. Rather than just teaching English to annoying children. Ha, 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 ha. And then she says, and then we'll get them Bibles too. I read that, and as a dad, I'm going to kind of be worried and prayer-filled and concerned until my daughter gets home. But when I read that, it made my day. I am so proud of my daughter for caring about the stuff that Jesus cares about in the middle of nowhere, Kenya, in a slum, and bringing. And two things. That brings me, I'm getting choked up, that brings me joy, people. It brings me joy. How does God feel about you? When you obey Him, when you serve Him, He feels the same pride about you that I feel about my daughter when she's doing that kind of stuff. God, your heart wells up out of love and gratitude for your kid. That's how God feels about you when you obey Him. The other thing is this, is my daughter having more joy serving in a slum in Kenya, and are the people experiencing joy, or would she be happier selfishly doing something around here? I'm going to close with, I'm going to put a picture up. Check this picture out and ask yourself, is there joy in this picture, and does that joy come from obeying God? Just look at this picture. God bless you. Have a great day. By the way, I also want you to know this. Our last desserts up at Atherton are tonight. So if you're watching this, you're going, I haven't been there yet, get up there. 5:45 or 7 o'clock. We will see you tonight.